That's Teen Jesus and the Gene Teasers, four high school friends from Canberra who are about to release their debut album, I Love You. Currently, they all live in different states, yet distance hasn't kept them from collaborating. Bass player Jaida Stephenson explains.
Yeah, we write individually, but then we also write together as well. So it's like we'll bring out individual songs to the band and then like perform them, like write them, bulk them out as a group. So a lot of the time we'll bring like just a verse or just a chorus and then all, make the song
Uh-huh.
together.
And what's the decision-making process like between in the group? Like, for instance, the first song is called "I Used to Be Fun." It,
Hmm.
how did that decision get to be made that it was the first track on the album?
I used to be fun until they took my car away. I used to be fun, now all my friends live far away. I used to be fun. I used to be fun.
We just kind of talked about it, I guess. It just felt right. I think it's got a cool intro, kind of like the soft into the hard part of the song, and like, yeah, it felt right. We all kind of just talked about where we wanted everything, and then make sure some of the guitar parts weren't the same in some songs, or like maybe the drum parts will be the same in like two songs. So we'll try and keep them separate. But yeah, just kind of talk through the whole
Right,
process.
right, okay. And you're the bass player, correct? Yep.
Yeah.
So, other than playing bass, do you guys kind of assume any kind of other roles within the band, how you operate?
Oh, kind of. So Neve, the drummer, actually does a lot of like the video
Oh, great.
editing and video recording and all the social media stuff. I try to help wherever I can, but I'm not as talented as Neve. Or, like Scarlett also does a lot of the artwork for all the albums, and like just she's an amazing
Right.
artist. And yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, and you have a video for the song called "Salt" that you guys did with the Grogans.
Tell me something good. I don't know, trying, but tell me something good. Tell me something good. I don't know, trying, but maybe if you could come a little closer, I could love you like
These
this.
spaces, heartbreaks, and the feelings
So Neve did
have
that one.
changed
She
like
recorded it on like
people
the camera that we rented and also a Handycam camera, and she edited the whole thing as well, which is really cool.
Cool, cool. And tell me about how did you guys come together with the Grogans and make the song?
We went on a tour. It was like a regional tour around Tasmania, put on by this group called GATS that like to bring bigger bands to more regional towns. And so we met them first day traveling on this bus together for about 7 days, and we just became best friends straight away. Like I don't think we've ever clicked with another band that well
Uh-huh.
before, and yeah, we were going into the studio straight after that um tour. So as soon as we got to the studio, we were like, we're trying to think of someone to do this duet with on Salt, and then we were like, the Grogans, that's perfect. So we got them in, and they actually lived just around the corner from the
Oh, that's
recording
handy.
studio as well. So mm.
And I noticed, like throughout the album, there are some tracks that have like kind of underneath kind of little talking and jabbering and sound effects and things
Mm.
like that. And it's not on everything, but it's on quite a few tracks. Was that a production decision that someone made within the band, or your producer did?
Yeah, I think we just wanted to bring the energy from the recording into the actual
Right,
tracks, like, because we're very happy. Like, we had so much fun recording it, and we wanted that to be shown in the tracks. So I think putting that recording in the background, the little chats, like it's like a little insight into who we are as people, like in the song, which is really
right.
cool.
Now, well, I don't know who wrote what on the album. So, is there a track that is yours particularly, or one that you're particularly proud of?
Not on this album. I wrote a song on the EP, but like I guess. I don't know. I really like the bass line in I Love You. I'm really proud of that one.
Okay.
And Treat Me Better as well, which is
Uh,
really good. A lot of the songs we co-wrote, so I guess like I wrote, but I didn't like really bring to the album. Neve wrote Never Saw It Coming, which is the first song she's written that's been on um recorded, which is
right.
really cool. And yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Never Saw It Coming is kind of different, isn't it?
In 7 years I'll be okay, 'cause that's when my cells will regenerate. So you wouldn't have touched my skin. I'll make sure to scrub wherever you've been. I never saw it coming. Now I don't see myself the same. Since you took a piece of me, I haven't felt good again.
Yeah, lots of other very different, but we wanted to show that side of Teen Jesus on this album.
So I got to ask, who came up with the name?
Oh, it's such a
Oh, come
boring
on. It
story.
can't
Like
be.
every time someone asks us that, we're like, oh, we should make up something like something really fun. But it's literally just like Scarlett, our guitarist's dad's friend, said it in the car one time, and Scarlett was like, "That's a
Right,
good name." But we've been talking about coming up with like a fake name for it.
right. And the album ends with a song called Kissy Kissy, right?
Yeah.
What can you tell me about that one?
Well, that one was I don't know. I guess Anna wrote that one. And it like the end of it has like this like very, very big kind of like loud, like fun group ending. And when we were recording it, we're like, this is the end of the album. Like before we knew what any of the other tracks are going to go on the album, we're like, this one's going to finish it off because I think it just really encapsulates like us as people and like that big ending when we're all like just singing our hearts
Right.
out. And yeah, it's very fun.
And have you guys been playing out quite a bit? Yeah,
Playing out.
doing gigs?
Oh yeah, we have. So we just got back from Europe doing a couple of festivals in France, but we've been on a little break for the past couple of weeks, and we're about to go into I think like pretty much like a 2.5 month tour.
Of
So
Australia?
this
Yeah.
is our downtime at the moment, and then yeah, of Australia, yeah,
And
yeah,
how did
and then
it
we're
go
gonna
over in
go.
Europe?
Yeah, it was really well. We just played in France, and the audience received us like really, really well, which was awesome. We played in France once before, and it was like low-key my favorite European country to play in. So
Cool.
yeah,
I'm assuming you haven't played in New Zealand.
no, we haven't, but I really, really want to, and I don't know why we haven't because it's so close.
Yeah,
So
it's about time. So
yeah.
when the record is out on, I think it's the 9th or 8th or something of next month, what are your plans for the day?
Hmm. Oh, I think we're thinking about having like a record release party in
Hmm.
Melbourne. I think we want to have them in a few destinations, but I think the day will be in Melbourne because that's where our manager lives, where Anna the singer lives. So, yeah, we're very excited. I've taken the day off work, so we're doing something, but I'm not sure
Right,
yet.
right. And overall, I get the feeling that the songs and even the vibe of the record is kind of about growing up and changing your life kind of outlook from being a teenager to something else. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, definitely. Well, like a lot of the songs we actually wrote like when we were really young, like Backseat
Right,
Driver was Scarlett's year 11 music assignment. So like, we've got these songs that are dating back like 5 or 6
right,
years and um like yeah, it's just like encapsulates us like growing up and kind of getting older. And I think the themes of songs change a lot. Like they change into these more kind of deeper themes rather than just like being sad about a boy or like a breakup
right.
song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. And what kind of stuff did you listen to growing up?
Lots of stuff. I think my sister actually handed me her like iPod Nano in year 8, which I think changed my life a lot because before that I was listening to classical music because I played the
Ah,
piano and the Harry Potter soundtrack, and that was it, nothing else. But then from like, 14 onwards, like just Arctic Monkeys, The Strokes, Snakadactyl, a lot of Australian indie bands. I think I listened to Triple J a lot growing up, and yeah, also bands that my parents were into, like, Rage Against the Machine and like Foo Fighters and all that
I love
stuff.
the idea of
Yeah.
having parents that were into Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Was it blasting around the house when you were growing up?
Yeah, they were pretty into it. Like my parents they don't play music or anything, but they just like, my mum went to a fair few big day
Oh
outs
yeah,
and like they were into the whole music scene, which
yeah.
was good.
The big day outs were
Yeah.
cool. I was just reminiscing with my daughter about the big day outs we used to go together back in the
Yeah,
90s.
I'm so sad I missed them. I like, because I feel like I think the last one happened when I would have been like 13
Right.
or something,
Just
so I
missed,
was like
yeah.
a little bit
Just,
too young to go. But
yeah.
yeah.
I believe I took her to her first one when she was 14. So there you
Oh,
probably the
great.
cutoff
Yeah.
level.
I'll tell my parents that they
Oh,
shouldn't have
well, it
done that.
sounded like they're pretty cool anyway.
Yeah, they
So,
did say that.
and is the classical influence kind of sneaking anywhere from that training?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. So Scarlett actually plays the used to play the cello,
Huh?
and she put it down a fair few years ago, but she picked it up for a couple of songs on the album, so you can hear it in Salt and Never Saw It Coming. I think those are the only two. Maybe Toe Bone as well,
Right.
but you can definitely hear it in Never Saw It Coming and Salt.
Are there actual strings and never saw it coming, or is it
Yeah, actual
actual?
strings like a
Who can tell
cello.
these days?
Yeah,
That's why I have
yeah.
to ask.
Yeah, real life cello. Yeah. It was like a smaller one, like a I don't know what it's called, like a mini cello. Not like it was like a kid's
Right.
one or something, but
A mini
yeah.
cello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Very good. All right. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens once the record comes out, and hopefully you guys can make the decision to cross over to Tasman and come and visit us here.
Surely. Yeah. Yeah. Would love that. That would
All
be
righty. Very
awesome.
good.